The story of King Brian McKnight's tuxedo. Brian is a super cool guy for so many reasons. If I start listing this guy's attributes, this guy's good attributes, you're going to be here until Thursday. So let's just talk about fashion, right? He's referred to us by a wedding planner that we both know. So he comes to the shop. Now the meeting is supposed to be about 5-10 minutes long. You know, he's just coming to see what we have. But then we end up sitting down for we sat down for how long? 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. You know, because he's very into fashion as well, and he's very creative. And then when you have me as well, who is into fashion and kind of creative, I'm told I'm creative by the 1 or 2 people in this world who like me. Yeah, we sat down and we just kicked it for like 2.5 hours and we just bonded, right? So then dude goes like, okay, Peter, I was given 3 numbers by the wedding planner. There's you and 2 other guys, but I'm not going to go with the 2 other guys. We're just going to close that chapter here. So you take the measurements. We're going to go back and forth with the details over the next 2 days. And then, yeah, you will get started because the wedding is in about 3 weeks' time. Now, at the time, I believed that he went with us because we had something ready. You know, we showed him. There was a tailcoat in the shop, this one actually. And I believe that once he saw it, he was like, okay, I want something like this, but more with my wedding colors. So I believed he went with us because we had something ready. But over time, as we've become friends and he keeps on buying more and more stuff, over time, as we've become friends, he told me the reason he went with me is because of how I treated him. Kenyans, he's Mzungu. Kenyans are not known to treat Wazungus very nicely. So yeah, either way, whatever the reason was for going with us, we're grateful that we went with us. So let's break down this tuxedo. This thing had so many details. Black Panther theme. So you have the embroidery on the lapel and then you have the embroidery on the sleeves, right? And then with the buttons, we made for him custom metal buttons with his initials. So you had B and M. So the waistcoat had alternating B, M, B, M. And then the front closure of the tailcoat is this front closure we like to use, the shiny kind of crystallized metal buttons on either side, and then you have the crystal thing in the middle. And then, just to give it a slight pop, if you zoom in a little, I added pick stitch detail of the color of the embroidery. So if you look, you will see that. You see that little thread design? Yeah, gold pick stitch detail. And then yeah, his wedding colors were purple and blue, so the shirt was a light purple. Quick story on that shirt, by the way. Funny story. His best man couldn't come in for measurements. I don't know where he was. He was coming in, I think, the night before the wedding. So I told them, just send me the waist measurement, his trouser waist measurement, and we're going to go ahead and make for him his shirt. So he was making just a shirt. Fine. He sends us that measurement. And then on the day in question, he came for it on the morning of the wedding. That's when he came for the shirt, right? Now, as I'm giving him his shirt, he's like, yo, I've never heard of niggas measuring for a shirt by just having the waist trouser measurement. So I know this thing won't fit, but I forgive you in advance. But then it did fit. It fit perfectly. And he was so jazzed. And this is something I've noticed about Kenyan weddings. When you're going through it, guys will curse you and it'll be drama and it'll be high pressure. But once they have the thing on and they are shining and, you know, everyone is happy, the calls start flowing. Oh, thank you so much for doing this. Thank you. Speaking of thank yous, let me close this video by giving shout outs to certain guys who Brian says made his wedding very memorable. He keeps talking about divine caterers. I've never met them, but he's always like, yo, you and divine caterers, man, made my wedding a special day. So even though I've never met divine caterers, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Eric who took these pictures, these cool ass pictures you're seeing here. If you go to Eric's website, my website has high profile clientele, but Eric's is a next level, man. Eric is good at his craft. Shout out to the videographer. Her name is, what's her name? I need to check her name. Kate. I think her name is Katie or Kate. Yeah, shout out Katie, because when I asked for photos, I was like, yo, Akina, Eric are going to take too long with these pictures, so you send me something I can put on my website. She's like, I don't have any proper pictures, but I have this video. So if you go to my website, you will see pictures and then a video of a guy dancing in a wedding. So shout out to Katie for making my website look cool. Yeah, that's the story of King Brian McKnight's Tuxedo, and shout out to King Brian for giving us the opportunity to serve. We are forever grateful. Cheers and God bless.